Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Muskan. In this video, I'll be giving a book review, and the name of the book is Invisible Woman Data Bias in a World Designed for Men. The book is written by Criado Perez. Firstly, I'll give a brief intro about the author. So, Criado Perez is a British feminist author, activist, and a journalist. So I'll be now telling you about what is mentioned in this book, and then we'll be talking about the research methodology used in this book. So in this book, the author is trying to explain about the gender data gap which is present in this world, and as a result, everything in this world is created in a way which serves the need of men. Because the gender data gap, what does gender data gap mean? It means that the data which is available in this world has a gap in which a majority of the things are kept in mind of for men, and almost 50% of the population, which is women, their needs, their preferences, their choices are neglected because the data is not available for that. This question is mentioned throughout the book, that how gender data gap is affecting different parts or different issues in life of women. So she is referring to an essay which is written by Sally Slocum, and she traces that how the origin of inequality is happening from the beginning of the settlement of societies. So we have this understanding that earlier we used to have hunter-gatherer societies in which men was the hunter, but this essay by Sally Slocum, which Caroline is mentioning in her book, talks about the work which was done by women at that time. The essay of the title is Women the Gatherer. She's trying to explain, Caroline is trying to explain how that particular essay challenged the very notion of men being the hunter, and how there were certain works which were done by women which were not to be neglected. However, they were neglected. So also Sally Slocum points out that the word men, which is used in our life, it is used to refer not men specifically but human in general. So that is the extent to which the word men is used. Then she is talking about that we do not allow even non-human characters to escape from this gender data gap. There was a study conducted in 2007 which showed that only 13% of the non-human characters in children TV programs were females. So this again shows the gender data gap. Also she cites on different examples ranging from banknotes and the statues, examples used in school textbooks. All these show that majorly men examples, men picture on the banknotes, men statues, they are there everywhere. So as a result, what is happening, that the women experiences are being marginalized and they are being positioned as a niche identity. Women are being invisible because the data which is available in this world is male data, which is making up the majority. So this book delves into this very idea of how the gender data gap is making women invisible. She highlights different issues ranging from the myth of meritocracy to unpaid labor done by a woman, and there are also problems which women face during war or disasters. She has mentioned that there was a mention of a study which was basically it is a mention of Sweden, where the road cleanings are not gender neutral because the major road cleaning is done on the roadside on which the car move, and it is done mainly for men because in the world majority of the men are the one who are driving cars, but the pedestrian areas are seldom taken care of. So as a result, women are the one who are majorly taking up the pedestrian paths, but they are ending up getting hurt because they are not taken care of in a proper way. Then author talks about that the equal space which is given to male and the female washrooms is not so equal, because in a study it was found that women take 2.3 times longer than a men to use the toilets, and there are various reasons for it. For example, they are either elderly women, or they are having their children, or they are pregnant, or they are menstruating, etc. That is how the author sees that the equal floor space which is given to male and female washrooms is not so equal. Also, author mentions about an incident where it was it was in 2017 in London's Barbican Arts Centre, where the gender specific toilets were replaced with gender neutral with urinals and gender neutral with cubicles. The author says that for men it increases the provision to use the toilet, because they can use both gender neutral with urinals and with cubicles. So again, the author talks about another issue, which is the issue of unpaid labor, that she mentions the Long Friday. It is a strike which was done in Iceland in 1975, and it was joined by almost 90% of the female there, both who were involved in unpaid labor or paid labor. It was a way to show male of the society that if women do not do work for one day, which is called as the invisible work done by female, what will be the society, what will be the condition of the society. So in a study it was found that women do 75% of the unpaid work, and the time that they give it to the housework ranges from 3 hours to 6 hours. But when we see the average time given by a man to the housework, it is 30 minutes to 2 hours. Next issue is the myth of meritocracy. It is said in a society that the one who is able or who has the merit for a particular job will be given the job, but it does not happen in that way in this real world. How it happens is that female are having the sole burden of house responsibilities, taking care of the cleaning, the children and the food. So they have very less time to contribute to the studies, or in case if they're working in an organization, they have very less time to contribute to the organization, because they are having double responsibilities of the housework, also of the organization. But if we see men they rarely have much burden of the housework. Also, they are in a better position of giving to the organization, because they do not have much responsibility. So that is how more promotions are given to male than to female, because female are conditioned in a way that they are not able to contribute much to the work. Another thing that the author refers to is the brilliance bias. What is brilliance bias? She explains it in a way that on being asked to think of a particular to think of any scientist, the picture that we all will have in our mind is most probably of a male. So this is what the author is referring to as the brilliance bias, that the data around us or the structuring that we all are having in our mind is such a way that most likely we tend to name a scientist which is a male. Then she talks about the issue of design, where everything is made in a way which caters to the need of men. The production or the creators think that they are designing it for everyone, but in general it is designed for men, because she also gives an example of the PPE kit during corona, that they were made in mind by keeping the standard size of male body. Also, if we see the medical field, their researches or the tests are done on the male body without considering the difference in the biology or the hormones of female. Also, male dominated funding panels are giving funding to the research which is related to the male body. So that is how the gender data gap is getting stretched to the fields of research and medicine. She now talks about the war, that during war or natural disasters or pandemics, we see that they have disproportionate impact on the life of women. For example, the risk of injury or being raped or being killed are more for women. Also, the psychological impact that women have is very prolonged. She also highlights the issue that there are female refugees who go on for years without getting access to menstrual product. And in case the menstrual kits are being distributed, they are given in a way that one kit is distributed per household without considering the number of female menstruating in a particular household. Next, she highlights the issue of politics, that in politics we see that there is underrepresentation of women. What this leads to, it leads that the laws which are coming up for the needs of the women are very less, because there are not much representation of women. So how can we expect male to understand the issues which female are facing? Then the book does not end here. She also gives solution to it. She says that the gender data gap should be closed. How it would be closed? By female representation. They should be involved in decision making, in research, in knowledge production, and the amount of work that they are contributing to the society is very significant, so it should be considered. Now, coming to the research methodology used in the book is rich with reports and studies. She has used comparative approach to present data from different countries, and she examines both historical and contemporary gender dynamics. She has also used process tracing, where she is tracing this entire gender data gap originating from the very beginning of the society. She has used government reports, UN data, academic research, and the title of the book is doing justice to the book. And her writing style is very engaging. She has skillfully highlighted the gender data gap and about the issues that we rarely consider. The central theme of the book is clear throughout the book, and the examples that she has put in this book were very thoughtful and compelling. The part which I found missing in the book was the concept of intersectionality and how physically challenged women are experiencing the gender data gap. Also, I would say that the central message was completely clear throughout the book, and it is a highly recommended book from my side. But uh, a recommendation for the future reader is that they should read the book very carefully, because it is heavily loaded with data, and I thoroughly enjoyed reading the book. So in case you guys have any doubts related to the book, do mention them in the comment box. If the video was very helpful, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you.